got to hit that well.
Yeah, the table's breaking good. Greg had a big break as well. Not a ball touching there.
And of course, this is a match to find out who Greg will play in the quarterfinals.
Well, either group looks pretty good. The 14 would be the only issue. Solids is definitely the choice. Shane's got great patterns in April also.
Yeah, and patterns and touch is Shane's game. There's no doubt about that. And the problem he's had over the last 12 months or so is that he's really started to expand his game. Obviously, he's been an English professional, an English pool professional for a long time. You know, playing an awful lot there, but he's expanded into America, into China, and it's just affected his touch a little bit. He was saying to me last night how he has to kind of review his schedule for 2025 just to try and give himself the best opportunity, because you know it's not about not wanting to chop and change. It's just a case of picking and choosing the right ways to do it. You know, for example, he goes to a big tournament in England next week. You know, so he's almost going to be straight from here. Well, I'm making the same journey. We're moving straight from here, straight to a big tournament in England. You know, fly straight to the next event, and doing that is tough. So he just wants to give himself the best chance for success.
Well, yeah, and they're such different disciplines. You know, they require such a different stroke for each game and process patterns. I mean, yeah, that's got to be tough.
I have to say though, I mean, obviously I've known Shane for a long time, watched and commentated him, and actually played against him for a long time, and I think he's looked really good from the bits I've seen from him over the last 2-3 days. He's been at the venue for 2.5 days now, getting used to conditions. Played an exhibition last night where he was pretty much flawless for 30 minutes.
Start out the same way here. This is the 9. Oh, there. First rack, Shane Thompson.
I would say from the 16 players we have, I mean, one shot in, I'm impressed. But from the 16 players we have in the shootout, he's probably the biggest X factor in terms of, you know, we knew what we were expecting from some of the local players, you know, the venue and the Ultimate Pool League operator here, Carl Ferguson. You know, he's given a couple of spots to hand out to players within our shootout. It's how we do it. The shootout's an invitational and a variety of different reasons. But Chris is one that comes in as more of an unknown quantity.
Yeah, and he's got a high rating as a player, and so yeah, he's, like I said, I talked to some of the locals, and they all say he's a monster on the table. So. See how he deals with the new table felt. Sometimes that'll can get tricky. I think in the match with Gary Browning, I think it was local.
Yeah, he really struggled with his cue ball. Yeah. He really couldn't. He almost walked away from the table. I said it on commentary. Walked away looking confused. You know, it wasn't he missed. He didn't get shape and then missed a pot. And it wasn't the miss that confused it. This is prime example, absolutely on point example. Just confused by the angle that it's coming off at.
Yeah. There's a little bit of slide that you got to take into account, and it can be tricky if you don't have a lot of experience on new felt. It can be very tricky. And like you said, you can just feel lost out there.
Yeah, for those wondering, it's the CPPA cloth, and the cloth that you've had your involvement in putting together. And I have to say, I mean, I've had a handful of racks on there over the last couple of days just to get a feel for it and just to embrace the arena and everything else, and it is lovely.
Yeah,
it really is.
Happy with it. They did a great job in it, and had a little hand in on the mixture of everything. And yeah, I'm just very, very happy with it. The playability, the just overall great product. So I see no reason to mess with it.
Yeah, absolutely. So that mistake from Chris is going to give a pretty wide open opportunity here for Shane to go 2-0 and have the break in the next as well.
Yeah, how big is that? taking your opponent's win, or when they're breaking and getting a win. It can be huge. Shot there. Falls on the right side of it.
All pretty smooth, isn't it? Plain sailing for him.
Sometimes watching players like this, you're looking at him and it's like, well, he never shoots a hard shot.
Yeah.
Well, it's because his cue ball's so good.
It's the beauty of the game. It's what I love about 8-ball more than anything else. Is that's the skill level. Is that the puzzle? Really got that breakdown. That is squared up and flushed with control and easy power as well. He's not over launching there.
Yeah, we had mentioned that with Greg because he was breaking so hard and just kind of having a little bit of struggle of getting a shot after the break.
Yeah.
And it's like sometimes the answer is to take some off, kind of like what Shane's doing here. He's definitely not putting it all into it.
Not the greatest of layouts. Just trying to leave a little bit of angle here to break out the 9.
This could potentially open up this 15 as well if he catches his 3 right. If he's going into it with power, we'll see what he's... That might be as hard as you see him hit a ball all match.
You may well be right. I don't think he'll be overly thrilled with the way it's come out.
On the 9 here. I think this is really his only option. I mean, the 10 ball is easier, but there's just nothing to connect to.
Also opens up or makes it easier to access and open up the 15 as well. So it's just that's what we're talking about, the patterns, the order. Seeing the finish through. And that gets in perfect shape to get to the 15. And essentially, I mean, it's a beautiful feeling when you're playing great and you're feeling good out there, because essentially in Shane's mind now, he's won this rack. Yeah. He's exactly where he needs to be, and he knows he doesn't have to play a hard shot to get out.
All right, just rolling him in from here. Does the 8 go in the corner? Is it going? It's got to go in the corner, right?
I think it goes in the corner. You can make it in the corner. Wow. There we go. Commentator's curse. I said he won't have to play a hard shot, and he absolutely butchers one. Let's be honest about it. He was in perfect shape here, really.
Yeah, I think he gave that big old pocket too much credit there.
Yeah. Just wondering, I'm surprised at the pace he played. I thought because he's punched it and missed it on the sort of straight side. If he makes that kind of a bit closer to the pocket, but just at a floating kind of weight like we're normally used to seeing Shane play, I just thought the cue ball was going to slide across the table and leave him pretty easy on a 14 and with easy access to the 8.
Yeah, it really did look like that. Just a natural roll in and come back.
I mean, there'd be a reason why he played it the way he did, but major surprise to me. And a really important moment in the match for me as well. Important that Chris Mitchell makes sure of it. He should.
Yeah, you almost have to take advantage of this right here. I mean, it's only 2-0, but
yeah,
if you don't get out here, your confidence is not doing well.
Shane a little bit fortunate to have the 15 come across and block the 8. Just making Chris have to think about it, so he's not a guarantee to get out here.
Well, he got straighter than he wanted for sure. I think he's just going to have to... Yeah, now you can cheat the pocket a little bit here, I think, and the cue ball to the bottom rail. What do you think? You cheated enough?
I don't think he's got any choice, but to me, that he's going to leave a horrible shot. Whatever he decides to do here.
Yep.
Yeah, he cheated it. He gets on it as well as he could. He's working a lot harder than he wanted to, though.
Yeah, it's still not easy from here. He's got to draw this back a little bit, I think, and probably play the 8 in the same pocket. I'm not sure exactly what angle he has here.
If he's just grazing the 8 here when he makes it in the side, he nudges it on, and that's the. But it's a risky shot, but that means he doesn't have to do anything.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. If you can just roll it in the side and just nudge it over.
Yeah, he might be just off the other way though. He was just off the other way, so just have to accept what you've got then, don't you? And just leave a slightly harder 8.
Be a little weary of this scratch here off the 14, or this new felt, it might slide a little bit off that rail. Got above it. Nice shot.
Yeah, excellent. Big pressure shot as well. The way the early part of the match has gone, hugely important for Chris to deliver, and he has, and to punish an error as well, which he has. Definitely hitting it a lot more powerful than Shane, but without the success. You know, the control's not quite there in the same way, and almost not quite getting as much explosion, but he's trying to give it a little bit more.
Yeah, he's trying to hop the cue ball a little bit.
I mean, he still gave that. He still deserved the ball the way he hit that.
It's hard to believe you can dry break when you hit them. You know,
yeah,
hard. It's like, oh.
Yeah, it's a shock. Yeah. Just a little bit of work here for Shane. 10 ball is tied up. Everything else in the open.
Just having a look at the angle he needs off the 15 to get the 10 here.
There isn't a huge amount of margin of error.
So touchy on new play. Handles it well though. Nice shot.
I think it goes. It's tight.
It provides shape on these 2 balls down here as well, so. Nice shot.
Back to floating the balls in after that miss in the last, where he's punching it in back to his comfort zone. I'm not going to mention how he'll be feeling good out there in terms of he's already won the frame, but he has already won the frame in his own mind. I promise you that. Once he landed on the one bottom left, he was out. And he completes the run out. 3-1, 14 minutes left. You know, that's a lot of. He's got to get winning frames, but
it really is a lot of time. Is this dry?
It is dry, and that was another brilliant break from Shane as well.
That may have been his best yet, and just nothing falls. Spread, everything. Cue ball got away from him a little bit. Is he, when he breaks, is he trying to bring that back to the top rail?
Yeah, I imagine he might be trying to park it. If he was playing English ball, he'd be bringing it back, trying to come straight down the middle of the table. But he might be trying to park it in the middle of the table.
Good opportunity here. I believe that 13 passes the 6 into the bottom right, so no trouble. Just come across here and avoid the side pocket. You've got your options from there. You take the 13. I kind of like taking the 13 now. Well, there's a case for both. You could take the 10, draw back, play the 13 to the 11, but I like getting it done. Very nice.
What he needed. And this is where you do just step the pace up a little bit, and I think he's conscious of it. I think we've just seen him there. He's a bit like I said with Shane in the previous rack. You know, he knew he won the frame 4 shots out. He just didn't hang about then. Then you just pop him in, and you know that speeds up the rack.
Yep.
He gets one. How good's the layout? A little bit awkward top right. I think you can make the 9 off the 7, but I don't think you can play it with enough pace to move anything, to open anything up. So I don't like that. Is he looking at the 1 and trying to play into the 8 ball?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what you've got to take here. Like you said, you can play it off that 7, but can you hit it hard enough to actually do anything worth?
Yeah, I just don't see that shot. I think the 1. The only thing worry with the 1 would be if you catch the top side of the 7, you're going to scratch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you almost want to split them, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
In the end, he ran out of time and went for the stripes and did not get the connection he was looking for. He hit a gap.
And look where he's landed here. What a terrible spot to land. The only shot he's got is the thin cut on the 12 ball.
Oh, no way. No way. That is hard to believe. The first one, not so much. The gap was slightly... That's just hard to believe.
He's shaking his head. Oh.
Is he landed okay, though? I think he's got a shot.
Honestly, you could almost take another flyer out of here.
Yeah.
He does. And he's going to get it this time. Very nice.
Gets the little favourable bump. Not quite how he played it.
I think he's created another problem here, though. It's an important shot here. Can he catch this thin enough to get into the 7-3 and maybe hold for the 10? That's
I'm also...
big ask.
Yeah. Is he just... Yeah. Was he trying to make that?
Yeah, surely.
Well, I'm just wondering... Just the way he suddenly got down and just... I don't know. He's leaving a problem.
This is such a big ask right here on new felt, especially just.
That's why I was surprised. I think if you could not, deal with the 13 when playing the 1 over the corner, then I didn't see the value in the shot. Open up the bank, no problem.
There you go. Oh. Well, that's why.
There you go.
That's why the locals got so much faith in him right there. Showing us just a little bit of what he's got. Oh, he had to spin it.
No.
Don't do this to him.
He's okay. He's okay. That was an excellent out. He was in a world of trouble there. This time rewarded for an excellent strike.
Yeah, very controlled break there.
3-ball combo to start.
And you can do that because you're hitting a strike.
Yeah,
first.
exactly. It's the only time you can. He actually couldn't play the 2-ball.
Just got to control the 11 here. Does nicely. Very nice shot there.
Yeah, just perfect shape.
A bit tricky here because the 13 doesn't pass, so he's got to get rid of the 11 first. I think he's going to go 10-11. Yeah. That's what I like. 10-11, 9-14, 13. Or no, he may. Yeah. I won't sit here and try to ponder. I'll just watch.
The only reason I didn't like this way was the shot that's coming up next. But there might be a bit more room than it looks on camera. He wants to be somewhere near the 6 ball here. He's got too much. He's okay. Very fortunate bump for Shane Thompson.
Oh. I bet when he hit that, he felt like he missed it.
Yeah, I bet he was trying to. I believe he was trying to pinch the pocket just to kill the cue ball a little bit. Shane has a really good snooker background, so I don't think the bridge has ever really been a problem for Shane.
I was actually just thinking that it's just the Europeans are so smooth with the rest.
Yeah, the rest, as we would, as Shane would have grown up calling it. Yeah. First rack, he lost the cue ball, but other than that, he's played some good stuff.
Yeah, you can tell he's a very experienced 8-ball player. He's definitely at home here and mixes right in with the field that we have.
We'll probably get inundated now with people asking to be in the next one. It's very much an invitational, and just shows you what you get if you don't mind throwing out a message to say, hang on a minute, I think I could compete in that field. You never know.
Never hurts to ask, right?
Yeah.
This looks to be a quick rack here.
Yeah. I know that you don't know Chris, but I would suspect this is the first time he's ever played a 15-second shot clock.
Yeah, Stephen was talking about that.
Yeah.
There's just nothing like it, the pressure it brings, and it's fun to watch some of the mistakes that they make and kind of questionable decisions because you're under the pressure. And I'll tell you though, he seems very comfortable.
Yeah. I think he's grown into the match, hasn't he? I'd say just lost the cue ball and I think maybe just getting a feel for the new cloth out there, and I think he's got more and more comfortable as the match has gone on. Obviously the big shot when he opened up the bank and made it.
Oh, look out.
Oh, but he scratches. That positive is gone. Right now, Shane Thompson's just hoping he gets back to the table in this match. An opportunity for Chris Mitchell just to run it here. Take the match clock out of play. Steady yourself, get yourself on the hill and have the break. And there's nothing to stop him here. Absolutely nothing.
Very smart. You'll see that a lot in this. Players taking their extension right out the gate.
Yeah. I was a little bit surprised he wasn't taking the one there, because the one into the left side would have been about the same tariff of shot as the one he's just played, but without the problem of having to bump the one. But anyway, he executes it perfectly. Just very little in the way to getting to the 8-ball here.
Now this 4-ball can be a bit tricky. I mean, 4 to the 2. I mean, if you hit the 4 a little bit off, it rubs the 2. I mean, there's a few things there. It's not just a simple follow ball either, because the 13-15's there.
I was thinking if he comes down and gets like 3/4 ball on it, he can just play into the 2. So if he plays into the 15, he'll be fine on the 2. I was thinking he'd have a bit more of angle on it than he has. Oh, plays it perfect though. No issues. I say no issues. He's actually probably come as bad as he possibly could. If he pulls up a quarter roll short of this, it's no problem whatsoever. Now he's going to take the cue ball for a ride.
Always hit it well, I think. He has.
Oh, how good's that?
Look out.
Absolute perfection.
We have seen a couple of really, really good shots from Chris in this match to now take the lead.
And he's made a ball, and the layout is, first glance, okay. I think the solids are good here.
Yeah, if he can squeeze that 5 in. I don't know. He may not have to.
Don't know if he needed to bump the 8, but opens it up just a little bit more. Does have a really tough next shot, though. It's not just the pot if he goes down to the bottom right. That's why he's going bottom left. If he goes bottom right, where's the cue ball going? And he makes the mistake. So Shane does get a reprieve. He does get a chance at the table. Oh, and he's left him a good angle here to break out his only, well, one of 2 bad balls.
Hit that well.
He can bump out the other one here. 2 shots in, opens up the rack.
It's got to come with a pretty good shot here. It's all right though.
Ooh. Thought Shane had missed it. I think Shane thought he'd missed it for a second. I was working on the assumption all the way through this that the 15 did go to the top left. He sort of needs it to from here. If he doesn't, then he has to really work the cue ball. No, plays for it.
How tough is this back cutting to about a half a pocket?
Yeah, and you've got a small window for the cue ball as well. If it was that tight, I mean, he could have played. He could have played to the top of the table. I mean, it depends how tight it was, whether that was going to be a tougher shot than what he was faced with there. That's just the second mistake in the match for Shane Thompson, and that may be enough. May not get great on his next ball.
Yeah, he's a little flat. Let's see what he does here. He's just going to take the shot on.
But he's potentially playing into the 8 here. Can avoid it, but that compromises the position. Oh, just comes out. Excellent, and what a match this has been. What a turnaround as well. 3-1 down. Chris Mitchell found a finish and found a gear. Played brilliantly since then. Just the one mistake in this frame. That's it. Chris Mitchell gets the victory. 6 racks to 4. Brilliant turnaround for Chris Mitchell, and he knocks out the Ultimate Pool professional Shane Thompson, and he moves on to the quarterfinals a little bit later on today.